Welcome to the Broken Glass
hold on.
Podcast, where we have been keeping a very regular schedule and we operate on Mars time. My name is AGM Games.
I'm Cameron.
James is muted.
Shut down. I see grabbing an actual
Shame.
tinfoil hat. I really do
actually-
hope he's grabbing a tinfoil hat. Let's hear a little crinkle when he gets back.
Well, that's great.
That's James.
That's James, yes.
Yeah.
Well,
And I'm Logan.
and
Yippee.
today's topic is cryptids.
Cryptids!
Cryptids.
Yay!
Wow.
And today,
Even though only AJ reluctantly agreed to it.
the special guest today is Logan, if you couldn't tell, and we're missing a few people because a few people are a bit of lazy bones. Anyways,
It's not missing,
Continuing.
it's just a rotating cast of tomfoolery.
Exactly.
I suppose the only three consistent people have been you, AJ, and me.
Who's you?
I-
Who are you
So
directing?
I guess you're
Swear?
directing it to James.
I was directing it at James for some reason. I don't know why. I was looking at his profile picture. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
I have been on every episode. AJ's been on every. Connie has to be on the every episode.
I am the episodes.
How many
And then
episodes do you
James
have?
has been.
This is
This is our fourth
this
one.
is
Oh,
this
okay.
is our wonderful fourth episode of
So-
the Broken Glass.
It's my
Podcast.
lucky number.
Why is it your lucky number?
It's a long story.
Long story.
Well,
we'll have to
I mean,
share another day, I think.
Because yeah, this isn't the topic. We
Cryptids.
need to stay on topic.
Yes,
Now,
we have very difficult.
Oh, okay.
let us start with my personal favorites. One of my personal favorites,
Uh-huh.
the Mothman.
Oh, man. Okay.
Overrated.
Yeah.
Isn't that just like a man-sized moth with like a man torso?
Well, no, he's actually a bird.
He's a bird.
For some reason, he's named the Mothman. Let me send you a picture.
Well, I know.
He doesn't look anything. The moth part, I believe, comes from his eyes, but the original depiction is him of a bird.
Maybe if I can see a picture. I haven't heard much about Mothman. I don't live... Isn't that like a Pennsylvania thing?
I don't know.
Man, this guy, he looks like if Bigfoot had wings.
Pretty much, yeah.
That's
But
the
I
best
think-
way to describe it.
I think he's a bit scarier than Bigfoot because he can fly.
Yeah, I don't know.
Uh-huh.
I mean, what's so special about the Mothman? What's his shtick?
Yeah, what's his shtick? Tell us. Tell us, Cameron.
What's the shtick?
What's
of
his
Mothman?
shtick?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Does
what's
he
his-
like?
what's his
Does he
shtick?
kidnap people and eat their bones?
Does he flutter around and eat people's linen like an actual moth? What
Well, let's see what Wikipedia has to say.
Wikipedia.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
His favorite.
You
his
claim
favorite
that
cryptid.
Mothman is your favorite cryptid, and you don't know anything about him.
He's my favorite visually.
He's your. Oh, okay. So you're only
yeah.
basing it off the looks.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
I mean,
What
you know,
happened to that phrase? Never judge a book by its cover.
Oh well.
you know,
It doesn't apply to unreal things. I mean,
Poor Mothman just wants a normal job and to integrate with society, and we have to push these
hey, he
expectations
looks
on
cool.
him.
He looks cool. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. The Mothman is a humanoid creature reportedly seen in the Point Pleasant area from November 15th, 1966 to December 15th, 1967. The first newspaper report was published in the Point Pleasant Register dated... Shut the fuck up.
You're boring.
Couples-
You're boring. You're boring. Nobody wants to hear this.
Okay, let me sum it up.
Let him
Nothing
cook.
from
Let him cook.
Wikipedia.
Let him cook.
Couples see a man-sized bird creature. Something. So,
Have you ever heard
it
of
is a
stork?
bird.
I feel like
it is a-
they just saw a pterodactyl.
It is a bird, but it's also, for some reason, called a moth. I don't know why.
I still feel like that's a pterodactyl because they're kind of still around.
Kinda.
Just very rare.
What?
Yeah.
James.
James. No.
James.
Pterodactyl spottings occur a lot more than you think.
James, do you know what's the ratio for schizophrenic people in the US?
I don't know, man. Hey, I haven't seen it myself, so I'm not gonna like 100% vouch for anyone, but it isn't
You've never
uncommon
vouched
for
for
people.
anything that you've never seen yourself.
1 in 222
What?
people, aka 0.45% among adults, have schizophrenia.
Okay. 0.45. I think you said 45.
No.
Okay.
That's a lot of crazy people.
So you calling
a lot of
Mothman schizophrenic, or
I never said Mothman was real. I just
I
said he
mean,
looks cool.
Mothman versus a thing that actually existed? I don't know. One seems a little more true than the other. You know what I'm
Well, we're
saying?
talking about cryptids, though.
Well, I mean, I'd consider a
pterodactyl
pterodactyl sighting
is not a
nowadays pretty cryptid.
Oh, anyways, back
let's-
to the Mothman.
Why?
Because I wanted to make one more point.
Uh-huh.
It says Phantom of the Cold War. Interesting. I like the Cold War.
You
liked it.
you
Alright.
like the Cold War?
Yes, I did. I love the Cold War. I love the Soviet. No, I'm kidding. I like.
Your SSR
the-
anthem starts playing loudly.
Sorry.
Oh dear God.
Anyways, I just think the whole. I think it was really interesting. But,
Oh,
anyways,
why do you
other
think that?
cryptids? Because it was an interesting
Uh-huh.
war. Also,
why?
Biggest
I'm
one would be
scrolling-
Bigfoot.
I'm scrolling the Mothman pictures, and there's a picture of Donald Trump right next to the Mothman, and I don't know why.
What?
Yeah, let me post this in the mute VC thing. Look. I don't know why.
Yeah, okay. That's Trump next to the
Why is
Mothman
Trump?
statue.
Why Trump is tweeting about the Mothman? It's an insider. It's an insider article.
Oh, good lord.
What?
Here's why West Virginia celebrates a winged humanoid cryptid. You know what? I'll have to read this later.
Wait, what are the pants-looking motherfuckers? The one that looks like Among Us.
You mean the ones that showed up on Phineas and Ferb?
No. Wait, are they? Fuck.
No,
what are
the
they called?
Fresno Nightcrawlers.
Yeah, the Nightcrawlers.
The Fresno Nightcrawlers. Yeah.
Yeah. Those things are funny looking. I love them.
Uh-huh.
No, not
Those
the
are-
worm.
See, I thought you were talking about Klimpaloon from Phineas and Ferb.
No.
Hold on. I'll post a picture of him. Look at Klimpaloon.
What? Oh. What?
What?
I don't remember that.
You don't remember
I don't
Klimpaloon?
remember that.
Okay.
either.
Why don't you
Alright.
remember Klimpaloon?
All right.
No, but it's cooler.
So someone describe that. Like,
Klimpaloon is a green, and white striped bathing suit, old-timey bathing suit that lives in the Himalayas, and
What?
it has a mouth, and it doesn't talk. It makes noises. I forget what it
Are
says.
we talking about something real or Phineas and
No,
Ferb?
it's Klimpaloon. It's actually, I know it's based off of something, or at least I thought it was, but
No. I
Anyways,
can't.
back
No
to
one
the-
actually believes a bathing suit lives in the Himalayas.
I thought it was like a urban legend that was twisted, but
I
Back
don't know.
to the Nightcrawlers, because I do really find these things interesting.
the Fresno Nightcrawlers.
Yes, the Fresno Nightcrawlers. Because
Uh-huh.
I look at the pictures, right, and it looks like the people that pull their pants up to the shoulders and walk around, you know? So what are they supposed
Ah.
to be? What are the...
okay.
They're not meant to be anything. It's a cryptid. Like they're not based off of anything. They're the thing themselves.
Well, yeah. So
So they're
what
not based off.
what do they
anything.
do? But what do they do, is what I mean.
Well, I mean, they look like just a pair
Or
of
do they just
legs.
wander?
Yeah.
They're just kind of around, I think.
Do they cause any harm?
I mean,
Well,
these
clearly
legs
not.
were made for walking, and that's just what they'll do. I don't know. Man, those are spooky looking, actually, though.
Yeah.
Man, I keep seeing, like, in between, there's only two types of searches for those Fresno night crawlers. There's spooky camera footage of pants walking across the field, and
Oh,
thick thighs.
are you talking about blemmies?
No, Fresno Nightcrawlers.
What's a
What?
blemmy?
Enlighten us,
Ooh,
James.
this is a really cool picture. Look at this. Ooh.
It's this.
Well, that's in commands.
It's a blemmy.
Describe a blemmy, James.
Ew.
Oh
I don't
yeah.
like that.
Oh, okay, so it's a person without a head and their face makes up their
That's
torso.
what Klimpaloon was
Yeah.
based off of.
It's a
Huh.
blemmy.
Anyway, back to the Nightcrawlers.
So they're called night crawlers because they night crawl, right? Or they night walk rather, but
They walk through the night. I don't know why they were.
crawlers sound cooler. That's why.
So they're
Where did
walking
they originate
wise.
from?
Space. What is that?
They're aliens.
It's a
What do you mean?
first-
Where did they originate from? Like that's like what? That's so. The point of a cryptid is that we don't know where they came
Yeah,
from.
we don't know.
Well,
That's the whole-
I
that's
mean,
the
like,
entire
where were they?
thing.
Well, I mean, where are they spotted at?
Fresno,
Like,
California. That's why they're
Oh,
called
that's a
Fresno
city?
Nightcrawlers.
Oh,
God.
I didn't know that was a city.
I can't believe.
I wasn't kidding when I said half of them are spooky images and half of them are thick-thighed Fresno Nightcrawlers. Half of the
What?
images, when I searched them up.
I'm disappointed in the internet. I'm not
Isn't
mad,
there
just
something
disappointed.
called like the dream catcher? Oh,
I don't
it's
know.
something like that.
I'm not a cryptid expert here.
It's
Yeah,
like
that's
this.
me.
It's like this really skinny, bony man. I might be getting mixed up with an SCP. I might be. Oh shit.
I think this is technically cryptid, but
No. Here's the thing. It's called the Dream Eater. It's a baku. It's a Japanese cryptid-ish thing.
Japanese folklore ghost type thing.
Yeah. It's got a long nose.
The Loveland frog?
What?
Look up the
Okay, I feel
Loveland
like-
frog.
I feel like there's something that we're missing out here. The good old skinwalkers.
Yeah, I was
Oh.
waiting for someone to
Oh.
mention
Let's talk
the
about let's
skinwalkers.
Good
let's talk about skinwalkers.
That
for a
I
minute.
can talk about.
So
Yeah, see, that I can talk
There's
about,
a
too.
lot of different things that get called skinwalkers, though.
Yeah.
So, okay, I'm a bit lost here. What does a skinwalker look like when it's...
That
They-
depends.
That's the whole debate.
Yeah.
See, okay, so skinwalkers themselves have been described as many things, and vice versa. Other things have been described as skinwalkers. So I think we should, before we discuss any further, we should all discuss what a skinwalker is before we can talk about what we think they are.
So
Right.
around where I'm at, actually, skinwalker sightings are actually surprisingly common.
You live in
Strangely
Canada,
enough.
of course they are.
I do. But over in BC, just next over, people say they see them a lot. And up here, they're often described as lanky, thin, humanoid people. Like they're people. They're not like some creature or something. They're just like a very deformed person who became a skinwalker because of cannibalism. That's what they
Yes.
are up here.
So it's kind of like the Wendigo, sort of.
They are synonymous.
Yeah, they're kind of
So
interchangeable in a lot of ways.
now what I would consider Skinwalker is what many would consider a Wendigo.
Yeah, same. I mean, if you came up here and asked someone, "Hey, have you seen a skinwalker or a Wendigo?" you'd get pretty much the same answer. Go to British Columbia and find a cannibal.
Now, if you look up Skinwalker, you get a lot of images. Another common one is of a wolf-like creature.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was about to say that.
But I think the most common one is like the either tall, lanky humanoid with like the disproportionate limbs,
Hmm.
or the Wendigo with the skull face, the deer skull face, and
Wait a minute. Navajo?
Yeah,
they come
no.
from the Indians,
That
the native.
No,
they
hold
have
on. Navajo is... Wait.
Navajo is a Native American tribe. Yes,
Utah.
American tribe.
That's near. Yeah, that's
sometimes
really close.
I hear
The Navajo are a group of people. They're not like it's not a place. Like
it's kind of
Okay, no,
close now, yeah.
It's kind of a place now.
okay, well,
It's both.
I guess.
It's in Arizona, too.
But when they say Navajo, they
They're
refer
talking
to
about
the
the people, yeah.
not the place. And the people
Okay,
were
yeah,
everywhere.
yeah. Yeah, that's fair enough.
There's one other thing that sometimes gets mentioned about like skinwalkers or wendigos around here is that they can shapeshift into deer for some reason. I don't know.
Well, they can shapeshift into anything, can't they?
The whole
Depends on the depiction. Again, like up here, it's on occasion some people will say they can shapeshift into deer, specifically deer. Don't know why deer.
because of the deer skull, like the Wendigo kind of notion.
Yeah, but up here they also like don't have the deer skull when they're in their like humanoid shape. They're supposedly just people looking things. Like they have a humanoid
Interesting.
face.
Now, I've never talked to somebody in my location that has seen a Wendigo. I'm sure there is someone around here, or a Skinwalker. However, my thought of like what a Skinwalker is that they can shapeshift, but their like true form is of the skull face.
Guys,
Deer.
it's the Skinwalker.
Oh my god. Okay. That's just a Roblox character, man. That's just
Just a
Roblox.
Roblox
That's
character
just
with
Roblox
it's
with
just-
little guys.
It's the Skinwalker. That's what comes up when I look up Skinwalker.
He's gonna
Oh.
steal your,
Guys,
your
guys,
Roblox
it's the
skin.
Skinwalker.
Guys, it's the
Yeah.
Skinwalker.
It's just my
Oh
profile.
my god.
Yeah. So, have you guys seen the series Skinwalker Ranch?
No.
Yes, I watch it religiously.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised. Say, when I was on a cruise, it was they have very limited selection of what you can watch. Skinwalker Ranch was one of the ones that were consistently on. So I would just kind of have it on.
Can I pause you
And-
just like for 5 seconds?
Uh-huh.
Look at this image. This image also comes up quite a bit. I
Okay.
don't know why.
How?
What is that?
I would
Now that's a
describe that-
creature.
I would describe that as a twisted, fleshy column of neck with a human face stretched onto
Ooh,
it with
that
a
is horrid.
large,
Yeah.
razor-lined beak poking out of the face hole. Yikes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is like a human skin face stretched.
It's like
onto
wearing
some
a
thing
mask.
else. Yeah.
I wear a mask with a smile for. Sorry. We're gonna get copyright for that. I guarantee
No,
it.
we're not.
Did you hear that Dream did an unface reveal?
Yeah, I mentioned that in like every search.
I guess he
engine.
is a cryptid now, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A
anyway,
legend.
Skinwalker Ranch is basically this place. Where is it? I don't remember where it is. It is of this huge location.
Utah.
Yeah, I think I was just about to say. I think it's in Utah.
Mhm.
It was in Utah.
Is basically like this huge. I forget how big. 500-acre, I think, location, and it's basically of these like few guys who are trying to explain a bunch of weird happenings around like anomalies and shit like that.
UFOs.
Ironically, it's mainly UFOs.
Yeah.
there's not a lot of talk about skinwalkers,
They
especially recently.
they have been getting some solid evidence recently too. Like pretty spooky stuff.
Oh,
They
Pastor
okay.
went there.
They are what the researchers should do in the foundation. That's a little like I always watch that show and I'm like, man, that's what we should be doing. Anyway, like they have made connections between the land that's there and I guess anomalous activity, and they have been able to repeatably basically get results that are anomalous, both when it comes to GPS data, radiation data, and like anything that's electronic can be messed with. Pretty interesting stuff. They even think they discovered a portal. And they've caught a lot of UAPs as well, and then there was a Black Hawk at one point that flew over that would refuse to identify itself in in airspace where you have to identify yourself.
But UAP means unexplained anomalous phenomenon, by the way.
I am aware.
I clarify that for people
So,
who don't know.
okay, yeah, James.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Man, I forget
might be
everyone-
watching, Yeah.
Not everyone's a
watches Skinwalker.
UFO nerd.
What is the UAP?
Just a
Unnamed-
UFO.
Random question. Do you think, like, do you know how cool it would be? Well, like, imagine like Chainsaw Man, but as a cryptid, right?
Are we going into
that,
what
that
ifs
is
now?
so random. No, that's
That
dumb.
sounds
Anyway,
cool.
Moving on.
That sounds
No,
cool.
okay.
Skinwalker Ranch
So-
is
Get outta here.
a-
When you're going out late at night and you hear the rev of a chainsaw, you're gonna be kind of scared, wouldn't you?
That's
Alright, I think
that's
you're just
really
copying.
dumb.
Yeah.
I'm
Anyway.
just kind
Anyway.
of thinking of ideas.
Someone just likes an anime a little too much.
Yeah.
I do. I love that anime.
So
Anyways,
Skinwalker Ranch,
continue.
pretty interesting show. They're actually actively making episodes again. They took a break for like 2 years.
Have you
after COVID.
have you watched the latest ones?
No, I have not.
Bro, they've caught some major discoveries. They have done some drilling in the mesa, and they've encountered a kind of like a dome-ish shape object underground that's impenetrable. Like they can't actually get their drill bit through it. However, the drill bit has chipped little pieces of whatever that is off, and they sent it to like a university for elemental study, and it closely resembled the tiling on the space shuttle. Like it was an artificial material, and it was high grade artificial material, like NASA kind of material. Insane. So they're finding some like actual tangible hold in your hand kind of proof. And another thing they did is they were launching like the little model hobby rockets. They do that and they launch them up in the air to find the disturbances in the air where the portals are, or supposedly the portals are. And they had one, and in a slow-mo, they had the rocket blow up, like collide with something that you couldn't see. Like there was something there, and it physically destroyed, like, blew the rocket motor.
It's pretty interesting stuff. It's an alright show.
Yeah, if you ask me, I have a feeling they know exactly what they're doing, and it's just a part of disclosure, but, that's getting a little into the what if, I guess.
Now, my question about it is like, if what they are finding is true, shouldn't the military take note of that, or shouldn't the government take note of that? Stuff.
They already know. That's why I'm saying the show's a part about disclosure. It's the fact that we don't know.
So you're saying that the show is a way of the government telling us?
It's a slow leak of information and to desensitize the masses to the idea, yes. Because we are approaching an age of humanity where we're going to need complete and open disclosure.
We're gonna become a conspiracy
Hey, this is
podcast.
better than Chainsaw Man Cryptid. Let him speak.
No!
Well,
Listen.
this isn't a cryptid.
Alright. This is cryptids, not conspiracy theories. Alright.
Same thing.
Those
See the difference?
do ghosts count as
All right, you
cryptids?
want me to talk?
No, ghosts do not
Oh
count as
my god.
cryptids.
You want me
Okay.
to talk about Bigfoot? Because I got some info on Bigfoot.
I'm looking at a list. What is the waterhound? Looks cool.
The waterhound?
Buddy.
Here,
Yeah.
here's a cryptid that I think is a very cool sounding one. I imagine they'd be really cute. Jackalopes. You know what a jackalope is?
Oh yes,
Just
yeah, of course.
a
you do.
rabbit with
It's a
antlers?
rabbit with
A rabbit with
antlers.
antlers.
Yeah.
I used to think they were real for the longest time.
I did too when I was little. But no, jackalopes are not real. Because actually, deer are the only animal species that have antlers. Ask me how I know that.
How do you know that?
Because I'm a deer furry. Anyway, um,
I thought, wait, I'm gonna sound stupid if I'm wrong.
Are meese a part of the
What
deer
about
family?
It's not meese, it's moose.
moose.
What about moose?
Moose are part of the deer family. Yes, moose are deer.
Okay. Okay.
Oh.
Strangely
No,
enough.
I actually hold on. I have a quick question about that. What about gazelle? Are they?
Gazelles do not have antlers. They have horns.
No, what is the difference between antlers and
Oh,
horns?
so antlers are literally just bone. Antler is bone, and horns are a
Chitin?
It's chitin, yeah. Over a
Oh,
stump.
like a fingernail.
Yeah. So basically, they have giant fingernails growing off of stumps on their head that they can shed. Antlers are literally just big bones growing out of the sides of their heads.
I don't know how I feel about that.
Wait a minute.
I don't know how I feel for
Narwhals.
Don't they- Don't they also shed their bone too?
They
Like when
do,
they break
yes,
off,
they
it's like they bleed a lot, and
Uh,
you'll find like
Doesn't the narwhal just like um shit? Isn't
Wait,
it just
what?
ivory?
The
Kind of.
narwhal's horn is
Not
actually a
ivory.
tooth.
Yeah.
Alright, I think we're gotten off track here.
Narwhals
know.
are basically cryptids. I mean,
I mean,
strange
have you
animal.
seen this
So
thing? Same with the platypus, man. Have you seen that thing? Jesus Christ.
I love platypi. Platypus.
Platypi,
What?
Platypus is, I don't know.
no, I don't think that's the plural.
Platypuses.
So anyways, I want to talk about this water dog because it looks cool. It looks.
Let me do some research.
All right, talk about the water dog. Yeah. While you're
'Cause it-
researching that,
it
I'll,
looks like a Pokemon.
I'll finish up on the
Fucking
So I think
jackalopes.
it's. Oh, are you talking about? Can you send a photo? Did you send it? Oh yeah, yeah. So
Yeah.
that's an Irish folklore thing.
Oh man, if only Anthony was here.
Jackalopes will supposedly go to people who are singing around their campfires and sing along with the people from a distance.
That's weird. You see,
That's
cryptids are
weird.
really interesting, but like cryptids that sing. Wait.
Well, it's more like, I don't know, animal noising along with whatever you're singing about around a campfire. I don't know why it specifically is around campfires too, but I mean, it specifically
See-
says around people going singing around campfires.
What is the how do I say it? It's the Japanese ghost lady. The Onryo. Onryo? Like a yokai or something.
You mean Oni?
No, Onryo. Like she's a
Kushisake
woman.
Ana? I don't know. Yuki Ana?
Yeah. Let me
Ana just means woman, so.
Oh, it's Onryo. I think it's
Yeah.
Onryo.
It's Onryo.
You're Australian, so your accent makes it sound weird. Onryo.
Wanka.
Yeah.
That's British.
She looks cryptid enough.
Did you mean Ontario? No.
Ontario. Oh wait, is she the lady from the Ring?
No, but it's based
No.
off of it.
Okay.
It's like I don't think it's exactly the same, but I think it's heavily inspired by it.
So it's a ghost lady with a big old bloody white dress and
Yes.
lots of long black hair flowing majestically in the wind as she probably disembowels you.
I don't know what she actually does. I assume she kills people.
Yeah, probably disembowels you cutely.
It's probably some revenge
Man,
type thing, because she's
Where's
a
the
yokai.
cryptids that just come up and give you a hug?
In
You know?
Japanese traditional beliefs and literature, Onryo otherwise known as a vengeful spirit, or sometimes
Oh,
rendered as wrathful
there you go.
spirits or hatred spirits.
There you
So
go.
they probably don't want the best for you.
Probably.
No,
So are they
probably.
all just women? Is it only women?
I think so.
Man, I'm not gonna make a joke there.
Broken Glass podcast canceled after 4 episodes.
Yeah, interesting. A woman ghosts. I think.
Yeah.
I actually don't know, to be honest.
What about kappas? I love kappas. They're like my favorite little Japanese creature things. The little
This is-
turtle looking
What?
things with a cap on their head.
Huh?
Yeah, let me send you a picture.
Oh, those Japanese things that do a lot of not asking first, then doing stuff to people and kidnapping children. Yeah,
What?
Kappa,
Huh?
Kappa. I don't-
Kappas
Kappa.
They're not
eat
wearing
people.
hats. They're just balding.
No, they have a the top of their head is a bowl with water, and if it spills out, they die. And they're notorious for. I'm going to mute myself real quick in the actual recording. They're notorious for.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah.
Isn't that just like any lonely
I
guy in
saw-
his mid like 60
Yeah.
Okay,
with a balding head?
Yes, in
Not
Japan.
with that.
You just
No,
get
they
away with
did,
that. They're
though.
like, oh, the Kappa must have done it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, it must
honestly.
have been those kappas, huh?
Oh shoot!
I-
those-
I bet
those
you some guy
damn
was like,
kappas.
"Alright, I'm so big brain. I'm gonna do this, and then I'm gonna blame it on this turtle, and no one's gonna suspect me."
Yeah.
Like,
Pretty much.
how much do you guys know about the Salem witch trials?
Oh,
that-
used to know
which-
a bunch of them, but then
Wait, burn them.
I mean,
Uh,
just burning women. Yeah, I don't know.
well, no,
I think-
it
I think-
wasn't-
there's a lot of men involved.
nobody
too.
was actually burned, were
Didn't
they?
they make
Yes,
people
they
like
I
piss
thought
on
they were
bread,
all hung and
feed the bread to a dog, and then if it went crazy, they were a witch or something?
They
Okay,
do a lot
so-
of arbitrary things to determine
So-
if you're a witch.
Yeah, so I'm actually related to Giles Corey, who was somebody involved in the Salem witch trials pretty
Oh.
heavily. He was stoned to death. He was pressed to death with stones.
Oh, that's the guy that was crushed by the stones, yeah?
Yeah, yes.
More witch.
So I'm very related to him. But basically, the Salem witch trials was just people blaming everybody, people blaming other people for things. So it was just like literally people were like, "Why'd you do
Among
this?"
Us.
And they're like, "Witchcraft," and it was their fault, and then got them killed.
It was literally
Among
a
Us.
witch hunt. Like, I'm pretty sure that's where the expression witch hunting came from.
I mean, it's pretty interesting. If you've read The Crucible or seen The Crucible, it's a play. That's also really good. It's about the Salem witch trials.
How does this relate to the cryptids, though?
It relates to the Kappa by people blaming other.
Oh, okay. Right. Okay.
Yeah, and also like we don't need to always stay on topic, you boring fuck. Anyway,
I know.
um,
just-
Salem witch trials were pretty interesting. So I think it's similar in this in the way of like, oh, must have been those Kappas. You know, oh, must have been the witch. Like,
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, Zeus must have come down and impregnated that woman. Yeah, that wasn't me. Yeah, what are you talking about?
yeah.
I've always found yokai in general kind of interesting. The Japanese imagination.
Well, the
Yeah.
Japanese were around for a very long time, so naturally they're gonna write a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
James,
'Cause, like,
yokai are
There's like a
Japanese.
fish that gave birth to human people out of its mouth.
Okay.
Is that what that is?
I don't know. But judging off of what I just read and what I just looked at, that's what that thing is.
Uh-huh.
Now, have you guys heard about the world turtle? Or
Is that
whatever
like the
it's called?
world
Cloud
serpent?
world.
It's like all
It's-
the entire world is on its back.
Yeah, and also the world is flat. So, you know.
It's a Hindu thing.
Yeah.
and also a Chinese thing. It's it's basically like the theory, the thing, I guess, that is like the entire world is on the turtle's back.
Would that be,
So
That's kind of cool.
would that qualify as
Wait.
cryptid, do you think?
It's looking like whenever I looked it up,
Folklore.
it shows
I don't think so.
elephants on top of the turtle.
yeah, it represents the world.
Oh, cool.
What about
the
the
thing about-
Mongolian death worm? Have you heard of that one?
I have. Okay, so I was part of the Mormon Church, and this thing that they love to do is send people with their own money off on missions to make them preach about the church. And so these people in my ward went to Mongolia, and they came back and they were talking about this Mongolian death worm that's super dangerous or whatever. They apparently saw the Mongolian death worm. And I
Wait,
thought,
so you were a part of the Mormon Church?
yeah,
Are you still?
no. Well, I mean, as far
Why
as the
not?
Mormon Church would like to tell itself, yes. I mean, they won't expunge the record
Well, why not?
because they don't want to have their numbers go. You know they.
No, I meant why aren't you a part of the Mormon Church anymore?
Oh, because I'm not. I don't believe in God.
Why?
Because
Yeah, draw it in. Come on, put the light in his face. Interrogation has begun.
No, I'm genuinely curious.
well, because I don't know, like the Bibles always seemed like there was a lot of hypocrisy in them and stuff, and like.
Is Jesus a cryptid?
No. All right.
Oh.
A cryptid, by definition, is a animal that has other people, has somebody say that it exists, but has no definite evidence that it does.
Yeah, so Jesus.
Jesus is not an animal.
I mean, humans.
Well, a human is an animal, right?
Humans are
Okay, but humans
animals.
don't count as cryptids.
Okay,
There's
fine.
See,
I
the
don't know.
thing
There's
is
some
that
pretty
like
creepy dudes out there.
Jesus did exist because he was actually crucified. That is true. But like,
Yeah.
is he actually the God or whatever? No.
He's an extraterrestrial, you goobers.
Oh, okay. Well,
Jesus was an alien, obviously.
Jesus was from Mars. No, he was from Jupiter.
He was on a mission in a human body.
It
We
all
are
makes
so getting
sense now.
cancelled for this. You better hope Lunch doesn't see this. You better start praying that Lunch doesn't see this.
When does the lunch episode come?
Oh
Oh
no.
boy.
Broken Glass Podcast gets religious.
That's- hmm. I don't think
Yeah,
that's
might as well get it out of the way, before we're popular,
No.
Yeah, so that's
Gotta have something for the Twitter to cancel us for.
I was just about to say,
Gotta
so yeah,
give them something.
10 years later they can cancel us and we'll get like fired from whatever companies we're at.
Mhm.
We're gonna be big time partnerships with like Raid Shadow Legends, fucking Nike, Adidas. We're all gonna be sponsored. We're gonna have our own shoes.
We're gonna
No,
get
no,
Nike shoes.
no.
Yeah,
We're gonna have
Jesus
Dixon,
No.
Dixon shoes, bro.
we
James'
were
shoes will
reviewing
be
the
tinfoil.
terms of your sponsorship, and we found this thing in your past, and I'm sorry, but we're gonna have to let you go.
My shoes are just gonna say, "I was right, wasn't I?" on the side in big red letters.
And it's gonna be like tinfoil textured. Like
Yeah, exactly. It's gonna be bleedy as hell.
You know what? A pair of shoes called Timbers sounds pretty dope, actually.
I mean, there are Tims, right? Up its
yeah, like
boots.
Tim's already exist.
Yeah, but that's
But
not
like Timbers? Yeah,
Timbers, that
no.
sounds pretty dope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The I was
I don't
right
think,
shoes.
I don't think Dixon sounds very good.
Yeah, not the non-brand safe shoes, the Dixons.
Those are
Yeah,
some
no.
nice Dixons you got there.
Unironically, watch that all this stuff comes out, and then I level up from a conspiracy theorist to an actual scientist overnight. Like, I know more than, like, the average person on these topics.
That is a pretty interesting concept. Like, what if like you were right about something?
You're gonna come to me, like,
James,
explain
James, what do we
to
do?
James, James, share the money, please.
You see, it really depends on whether we're aligned with the First Order of the Galactic Federation. It really depends on the alignment of our world. And the path we wish to pursue in a greater galaxy, which is participating in a hopefully harmonious unification in a way through a federation, and maybe not, but we'll see. Maybe there's a war coming. Anyway.
So El Chupacabra, am I right?
Oh,
What?
chupacabras.
Isn't that
Okay.
just a vampire but
Well,
Mexican?
Maybe.
Vampire Mexican?
Not
There's a
really.
couple depictions of them.
So chupacabra is
It's
a
like
Mexican.
dog,
You gotta say the
right?
whole thing. You
He's
gotta,
Mexican.
you
Right.
gotta say
So
El
that's where they
Chupacabra.
come from.
No, okay. It almost kind of looks like a hyena in a lot of depictions,
Oh,
but it's basically
really?
like it's an animal. It's animalistic, and it
Oh.
has like spines on its spine. um, and it has really sharp fangs and
Wait.
stuff like that.
I
How
feel
do you
like we're
spell it?
missing a
There we
cryptid here. What about that one guy that was really popular for a while? Siren Head.
Oh,
What about him?
that's
Siren
not a
Head is
cryptid.
not a cryptid. Siren
It's
Head.
Not a real
No!
thing. It's fiction.
Well, okay.
Siren
I mean,
Head-
I thought it was a cryptid.
No,
Siren.
You goober.
I'm gonna kill you.
I'm sorry, I'm not a fucking. There's a toilet head.
Siren Heads is a creepypasta.
well,
Oh,
so okay.
yeah.
Siren Head was a illustration made by
Oh, I forget.
Trevor Henderson, who
Trevor
is
Henderson, yeah.
a Canadian artist who makes
Of course,
like,
he was Canadian.
yeah, he makes cryptid illustrations or monster illustrations or whatever. So I mean, I guess it kind of could qualify as a cryptid in a way,
Not a cryptid.
but I mean,
Because it's not based off of real reports.
yeah, it's this guy makes illustrations of creatures and stuff, and that
And then
included Siren Head.
people started like seeing it because they.
Yeah, well, I
stupid.
mean, a lot of people, like, you tell them, oh, hey, have you seen this creepy thing? And then people will start seeing things. I'm just saying.
It's like the Loch Ness monster.
Placebo.
Yeah.
Placebo.
We're talking about the Loch Ness monster earlier. Before we actually started,
Before we actually started recording, yeah.
and I was like, that's probably the most reasonable legend in my opinion.
And you
Those-
said a pterodactyl was crazy. Alright.
Well,
All
and
right, buddy.
you know what,
Why-
James? He cited it being the most reasonable for the exact same reason you were talking about the pterodactyl, because it's a dinosaur.
Exactly. 'Cause it is a dinosaur.
And what
But-
dinosaur is it?
It's fuck. That's a good question.
Polatosaurus? Or something like that? I can't remember.
Or something like that.
Some dinosaur nerd's gonna scalp me for that.
But yeah, it's kind of just like a dinosaur that lived underwater, and that's my reasoning is that it lived underwater. But I guess if an asteroid hit, it would heat up the water.
Well, I mean,
Well, I don't know.
when an asteroid
alligators
hits,
survive it.
There's vast
Alligators.
underground oceans below
Well,
the
the thing is-
US. There's plenty of places that they could hide.
Yeah, the thing is that like with the asteroid hit, it created the Gulf of Mexico.
Right.
So anywhere on the any creature that was on the other side of the world was definitely affected by it, yeah, but definitely not to the extent of like the northern or the western hemisphere.
Yeah, and I mean,
Where's Loch Ness at? Where's Loch Ness Lake at?
Scotland,
I always forget.
I think? Maybe? No. Maybe? Hold
It's
on.
Scotland. Yeah,
Yeah, okay, I was right.
Yeah, I think it's somewhere in over there.
because that's pretty far from the Gulf of Mexico.
Yeah.
There's actually a place out here in Alberta, I think, that some people claim that there is a Loch Ness monster in Alberta. So,
Now,
tourist trap.
I do believe that dinosaurs do exist still.
Well, I mean,
Yeah, they're somewhere out there in pockets underground. That's
Those-
where they're coming from.
Gotta be.
I don't believe so, but
There are
there's gotta
vast,
be.
uncapped
Right?
caverns underground, and our military knows about them.
Well, no, okay, I won't deny
Here,
that.
here, let me give you a spoiler alert. There's a reason we have a submarine base in Nevada.
Why do we have a submarine bases? What?
Yeah,
This is
because there's an
What?
underground ocean there.
This is the stupidest shit I've ever heard. Where is an
Okay.
elephant from? No, not you, James. Where does an elephant come from?
Okay.
Where do elephants
Africa
come
or
from?
Indian? Africa or
Right.
India?
Uh-huh. Was the Loch Ness Monster actually an elephant?
What? Huh?
No, I
What?
feel like they would be able to
That's the s-
swim, or not at least for that long.
That's what this article says.
Oh.
Scotland. In Scotland we got elephants, mate. Yeah, that makes perfect sense.
Elephants. I don't know. I'm sure there's some history buff that's like banging their head against the wall for some really, really obscure niche knowledge about elephants in Scotland or something.
Now this needs to be a cryptid. This guy's beard is a cryptid. Holy hell! Look at this guy.
Describe this beard for. Oh, that
Look
is
at
a
that guy.
magnificent.
That's a very luxurious.
Yes,
beard.
That's a
Beard.
very
Magnificent
luxurious beard. Look at that. That's a cryptid if I ever seen one.
This man
Oh
has
my.
a magnificent, flowing, soft-appearing beard. That I can almost reach into my screen and touch it. It's
Okay,
super
alright.
soft.
Stop talking about the
all
beard.
right, AJ. Let's take a breather there.
Let's stop before things get a little NSFW here.
Wait,
I'm
what?
just-
I tuned out for a second. What
I
the hell
like
did I
beards, but I
miss?
don't like them that much. Jeez.
California girl. Sorry.
What?
Bro's ADHD.
Yeah, so actually, speaking of, go back to the Siren Head topic for a minute. A lot of people call Siren Head an SCP, and that makes me very upset.
A lot of people
Oh,
call
no.
anything that's not normal
So-
an SCP now. It's mainstream now. It's man.
What was
Very
that one
unfortunately.
thing called? It was like a wasn't it like yeah, the bloop. What is that thing?
Bloop. What?
What
The
now?
bloop.
Oh, I know what
What
you're
is
talking
that?
about.
It's a big ass fish.
It's a
big
sea
ass
creature,
mouth.
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was like you've definitely seen a photo of it.
Oh, yeah.
It is a huge fish with like a big gaping mouth thing, and it's like
And it makes noise.
I can just see the furry porn already. You
Oh,
said the word
no.
gaping.
Oh my god. No.
You
Why?
are-
Why
I
must
thought
you
You've
go
all
there?
ruined me. You've all ruined
No.
no,
me.
you ruined yourself.
You did this to yourself.
What?
That's the bloop. That
Oh,
is
I
the bloop, rather.
I was gonna post.
I've been there, done that.
So,
It's
what-
a big creature.
isn't there like sound recordings that people claim to be the bloop?
There's so much shit in the ocean. It could be anything. The ocean is.
There is a lot of stuff in
vast.
the ocean.
There's a lot
There's
of shit. in
people that say it was Cthulhu. It was the bloop. It's the megalodon. It's this. It's that.
It could
The Megalon
literally
definitely
just be a
exists, by the
moving
way.
ship.
Just
Oh,
saying.
yeah.
Yeah,
Megalodon
it
still exists.
does.
Oh yeah.
But actually, speaking of that, have you guys seen the horror series on YouTube called The Video Home Entertainment?
No.
Not familiar, no.
It is one of my favorite analog horror things. It's basically it's about skinwalkers, and these cryptids and shit like that. It is really good. We'll have to watch it at some point because it is so good. But I watched a video from this YouTuber called Nexpo who does a lot of videos about like analog horror stuff. I watched a video on like explaining the entire thing. It is really good. If you haven't seen it, I recommend you go watch it because it is one of my favorite analog horror stuff ever. It's basically about like it's 12 or 16 tapes that's all from this company called the Video Home Entertainment, and it's just them like showing a bunch of different shit. Like there's one about a game that was created. I don't know. It's really good though.
Interesting.
And they represent skinwalkers as creatures that live underwater or above water. They're called wood crawlers in the series, but they're clearly meant to represent skin crawlers because they can turn into like fake people. And it is really good. It's really good. So we'll have to watch it at some point. But it was a good series.
There's a lot of sea creatures I really find hard to believe.
Like what?
You kidding? Have you seen some of the sea creatures that are
I
have been discovered? They're crazy looking.
They're crazy. Yeah, like the what's a good example? The Yeti crab's really cool. I'd find that pretty easy to believe, though.
Oh, the vampire squid.
The vampire squid, yeah, that one's a bit. There's also the grilled shark. That thing is kind of. Woof.
The blobfish.
Oh no, the blobfish is pretty reasonable. It's
Yeah,
just a
The
fish.
blobfish doesn't look like
They,
that.
they
when
look
it's
normal.
underwater.
Yeah,
Yeah, they look
they-
normal when they're underwater.
It's just when they're
Nice.
depressurized, they just kind of.
Yeah, that's exactly what happens. They get. What? Okay.
Makes sense.
I'm gonna pull a James here for a minute.
Okay.
Squids,
What?
squids did not come from this planet. There's
Oh, yeah.
no way. There is no evolutionary trail that leads to squids. They just
Okay,
showed up.
but what about octopi or octopus?
It's the same thing. Squids, octopi, they came from the same place that wasn't here. Like there is no evolutionary track behind squids or octopi that any animal could have evolved from. They just showed up.
Okay. All
Every
right.
other species has a trail that you can follow that leads, for
You
example,
know what? I can
monkeys,
get behind
humans,
this.
etc. Squids, octopi
That actually
don't
isn't
look like
connected.
anything, and they just never came from anywhere. Oh God, fuck, whatever.
I can get behind
There's a-
that actually. What about
There's a reason we
jellyfish?
call it the missing link.
Jellyfish also freak me out. I don't know how those things are real.
Non-sentient, soulless, mindless, stingy bobbaders.
I've been stung by jellyfish way too many times. How? How do these things exist? Where do they come from? Like,
I don't know.
there's no way these things are from Earth, right?
Maybe they
A lot
came.
of sea creatures are weird.
Maybe they came with the squids and the octopus.
Yeah. There was
mean-
just a meteorite that came and brought like half
Actually,
the sea species.
They all just
like,
came from 4546b.
All right, so
45,
Mm.
46b.
Subnautica
Yeah.
planet.
GG.
Huh.
I mean, you might not be wrong. There's a lot of species that have been, brought over and or designed.
I
including
believe
yourselves.
that jellyfish are the most useless creatures on this planet and should be eradicated.
Yeah, sure. I'm down for that. But the
That wouldn't affect much.
I mean,
Really, it wouldn't.
what do they do? I mean, they eat like fish, don't they, or something?
No.
They're like,
They don't
they
eat.
literally just float around.
They
They
just
don't- they don't
float.
eat.
They
They're-
exist
What? I
for
thought-
one reason and one reason
Oh,
only, and that
I
is
think
to
I'm-
feed a turtle.
I think I'm thinking about the man of war. Doesn't the man of war actually eat fish?
Oh yeah, there are few species that do eat like microorganisms, but
Yeah.
they don't like. I think that
No, I
they don't
swear
have a
I
brain,
saw
like they just.
a documentary where this fish got caught up and it like sucked it in and then it like wrapped itself around it and digested it.
Well, it wasn't a jellyfish then.
That was a jellyfish.
No, it wasn't.
Oh, I don't know then.
Jellyfish aren't even like they don't. I don't think they have a. Dude, I don't even think they have a nervous system.
No,
They
they're
do.
not complex
They are
enough.
like 98% water.
I swear they did.
They're
No,
not,
'cause
they
they're
don't
not
have
a brain to
complex
connect it to.
enough to do
The
something.
nervous system is their brain. They don't have a hub, but they just have a nervous system.
I mean, I guess you could put it that way. The brain is a part of the nervous system if you look at it.
Uh,
technically.
There's pictures of fish trapped in the heads of jellyfish, and I think it's really cool because they look like little astronauts. Really
Yeah,
cute.
there are actually fish that live.
They
in-
do have a nervous system. It's just very, very, very simple.
Everything about jellyfish is simple.
That's
Well,
You know,
yeah,
sometimes
that's
I
the
think
point.
that Cameron
The-
is a jellyfish.
I am a jellyfish.
Without simple he is.
I am a jellyfish. I'm actually a box jellyfish. I'm extremely toxic, and I'm really simple.
And tiny.
And what?
wow.
I mean, box jellyfish are so small. I mean, you just called yourself small. That's all you did.
And I'm Australian.
Getting called out on the Broken Glass podcast. He is small.
Yep.
There we go.
Yep,
Whoa,
there it is.
phantom jellyfish. What the fuck? That thing looks cool. That's not real. There's no way that thing is real. It's got the head of a penis.
Oh my god.
No, look at that. Look at the phantom jellyfish.
There's a lot of weird types. I don't know why there are so many types of jellyfish.
That thing's crazy looking.
Jellyfish are just cryptids in their own right.
Can I get a video of this? Hold on.
Alright, this video is really weird. Hold on, let me see if I can find a better one. But this is a jellyfish eating a fish.
How long have we been recording for?
Just under an hour.
Ah, okay. So we got a few minutes.
Alright,
We got a few.
I refuse to find a better one, so you're just gonna have to deal with the crap editing.
Oh.
I'm on the wrong
Wait,
thing.
what?
I clicked on the wrong thing.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so skinwalkers are the best cryptid.
Well, they also, I mean, if you ask me, they're either interdimensional or they're a product of our. Are you okay? You seem to be like banging something. Is someone knocking on your door?
Yeah, that's the window seat coming for me, man.
It's the windows.
No.
Oh, God, what I wouldn't give. What?
Oh, jeez.
Look at that video I
Anyway, yeah, no, they're an interesting little thing.
I really like
So-
skinwalkers.
Oh, have you guys heard of rods?
Ugh.
Of
No.
what?
Rods. So they're these little like flying things that go between dimensions. Hold on. Rod creature, and people occasionally capture them on cameras because they just kind of go in and out.
How big are they?
They can be multiple. Oh, okay.
Like,
Wikipedia calls them an optical phenomenon, but
What about this is kind of like the thing I just made up in like 5
Yeah,
minutes.
that's exactly what I was thinking of. The interdimensional thingamajiggers.
The ray.
Yeah. This is a rod. This is what they look like. Occasionally, they pop into where we can see them, and you can catch them on. And they kind of look like those weird cephalopods from like prehistoric times.
It makes me think of a weird hairy string.
Well, this is what they supposedly look like. Is they have the like undulating
What exactly do
fin
they do?
thing. They just kind of like go around. They're like they're kind of like, I don't know.
Well,
They
judging from
zoom
what
around.
they look like, what eats them? Because they exist. There's got to be something bigger, right?
Oh no. You make a good
Yeah.
point.
Yeah. What
don't
eats
know.
those, James?
I mean, if they're from another dimension, it could be literally anything.
Yeah. That's kind of scary.
Well, yeah, I mean, something could eat that. It could be a big bird. It could be a fucking pterodactyl, for all we know.
yeah, like okay.
It could be like a James, but like interdimensional.
So I feel like
James is interdimensional.
What? Maybe.
True,
but
James. Fuck off.
so a lot of when it comes to the rods, a lot of people just say it's like a fly that like flies across the lens, and the motion blur like makes it look like that. But I don't know.
Why is
From
black?
what I've heard about them, they could be legit.
James, what got you into the conspiracy theory thing?
At first I was afraid of it, and what I do is I okay, so like my father used to have History Channel on, and they'd have like ancient aliens or whatever on it, right?
Yeah.
And I was just like, damn, that's scary. And like as a kid, like I actually was like fearful of the UFO topic, and I didn't want to hear about it, didn't want to see it, no alien stuff, right?
Mhm.
But I had kind of like a moment where I was like, I shouldn't, fear things irrationally like that. and I need to try to understand them. And then now when I fear something, I try to understand it more, and then that got me into it, and then I found more information on it, and then it started connecting, and I was like, oh, damn, maybe I should look into this more because,
Is that why you hang
damn.
out with my friend group? Is because you were scared of them, so you want to understand them more? I mean, I'd be pretty
Huh?
scared of them too if I were you.
Okay, maybe not particularly for that case, but
I mean,
that's why I
Logan's
covered
pretty
the
scary
Ukraine
guy.
conflict so much,
Huh?
is because I don't really like conflict, but I want to understand it the best I can.
Well, what'd you say, Cameron?
I said Logan's a pretty scary guy. I wouldn't. I'd want to understand that thing
Yeah.
too.
I mean, just look
You-
at him. He's all
You're not.
bony and covered in
I'm not a guy.
blood, and he's gonna freaking.
Oh, a pretty scary individual.
I don't know. It's
Mature
fine.
bone thing.
Nothing too
A
scary.
Rasputin
I,
2.0, if you would.
I am just
I
like
guess.
a creature. That's all I am.
You and Rasputin are like the same species from the same planet or something.
No, Rasputin
Yeah.
wishes he was me.
Rasputin wishes he was you.
Rasputin.
And for the viewers, we are not talking about the beard guy. We're talking about someone else.
There's someone who's named Rasputin.
Yeah, no, it's man. A lot of people simp for that man's cheeks. I don't get it. I never understood that.
Me too.
Why are we dragging his cheeks into this?
I don't,
We're
'cause you're
talking about how
you're
scary he
You're
is.
talking about Rasputin. You know what? When I like
Huh.
people,
I think Rasputin's a cryptid, actually.
people say that they're afraid of Rasputin, but then they go and make gifs of his butt cheeks dancing up and down and then gawking at them. It's like, yeah, you really
Oh,
seem to be
yeah.
afraid of him, huh?
The
You're
fucking-
so scared of him, you can't stop staring.
I'm so
Whoa.
scared of them. I'm so scared of them.
I'm so scared. I have to
Literally
keep watching.
shaking in your boots.
There's a clapping noise in the
Shivering in me
distance.
timbers.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, cryptids. What a topic, am I right, fellas?
Yes.
Is this where we're ending it?
I think this
Oh,
might be where we ending.
that's what you meant. Oh,
You
Alright.
got it.
alright.
Alright.
Thank you for tuning into the Broken Glass podcast. moving on to live our daily lives as normal people.
High
Yeah,
functioning
we're normal.
members of society.
Yes.
Oh, I contribute so much to the world.
Mm-hmm.
I think we should get Logan onto more episodes. This was very enjoyable.
Enjoyful.
Enjoyful
Yeah.
is not a
Agreed.
word, but I will.
I don't
Yes,
know.
but
I'm very
never
tired.
very goodly do that.
I'm very tired. Okay, I haven't.
Right, Yoda.
Well, no, I have slept, but I slept through the lab mission.
I do want to come back.
What about that?
I actually want to be back for the next topic, which is upcoming tech. I want to talk
Yeah.
about that. With you.
Yes.
All right. Next time we're talking about new and
The next
upcoming
time-
technology, and that is not changing no matter who begs and pleads and grovels. That's the next topic. No more
next
back
time-
burner.
I'm gonna sit in the back seat and listen and let you guys.
I mean, you know,
'Cause I don't know jack to this
that's
school.
kind of what James did with the ghost topic. So
I figured.
it's only fair that James gets to cook a little bit.
Let him cook.
Yes, let me cook. Let me
It's
cook.
gonna be the James episode.
Okay, so we're naming the next one.
We'll figure that out.
We'll figure it out.
James's conspiracies.
No, that could be an entire episode
That-
on its own.
That,
could be
that's
an
its an
entire-
episode on its
Yeah.
own.
That's a campaign of episodes right there.
Yeah,
That's the
I'm
whole
gonna do
series.
a
Yeah.
list.
That's a season.
Where do we start? It all began millions of years ago. when the humans were sent to this
Thank you for
planet.
watching the
No spoilers,
Broken
no
Glass
spoilers.
podcast. We'll be back in some insert amount of time here. We operate on Martian time. Thank you. Yeah.
Good night. Good day. Whatever you want.
That's
Goodbye.
insensitive. Time court would operate on a standardized unit of time. Therefore, we shall use time course.
Good night.
Yep. Bye.
All right, fine.
Oh, anyways.